In this video, I'm going to share what is the best way to invest $1 million. Now, $1 million sounds like a lot of money, but I'm going to share with you the tax strategies, how to get a great ROI, and how to take that million and make it multiple millions. Now, that being said, I'm not a tax strategist, I'm not a financial advisor, so the way that I teach it is I just talk about my clients. I talk about what they did, I share their stories, I share strategies that I have employed and done in my life, and you out there are going to make your plan from what we discussed today. In this video, I'm going to share 3 things. Number 1, at least 5, but I'll give you 5 ways that I would invest $1 million if I had it, which I've had a few million, so I'll share with you what I did. Number 2, why the stock market done properly is the right thing to do. And I have a very specific app at the end I'm going to give you. It's free. You have to use it. It'll take care of you in the market. And then the number 1 thing, if I could only pick one, what's the number 1 thing that I would invest in and stay in? Been there, done it, and will continue to do it. You can probably guess what that is, but I'll tell you towards the end of the video. What are the 5 things that I would do if I was going to invest $1 million? And again, can't tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what I did. 1999 is when I became a millionaire. January 8th, I woke up. I realized I was going to be a mom. He wasn't going to be a dad. I had a decision to make, and I became a single mom. So a lot of you that are out there, and single parenting is on the rise because of COVID. I think, people actually had to come home and live together and realized they couldn't. So divorces are unbelievable. Blended families are at an all-time high. So doing all these strategies that we've talked about have become more complicated. 1999, I started becoming a millionaire as a single mom. So I called someone 20 years my senior. I was resistant to do it like a lot of you are. And I said, it's time. And I hired a mentor and I put $25,000 on a credit card, and I didn't have it at the time. I knew how to make it, but I didn't have it at that minute. And that's advice to all of you. If you want something, money is never the decision point. You don't say, oh, can I afford it in my little bank account? You say, what do I want? And I'm going to do it at all costs. I'm going to get what I want. So I hired a mentor, and he said immediately, I'll meet you literally within that week. Right? So I think by January 10th or 11th, I was in Oklahoma City, and he was teaching me how to buy apartments, how to do we would buy 5, 6 homes in a row, and we would do like neighborhood rehabs. We would raise a lot of capital. So I learned strategies. I stayed there for weeks, immersed in a market to learn all the components of how to do it. And I really learned my lane, which was I loved the deal structure. They made me actually stay down there. I rehabbed. I did the material orderings. I oversaw subs because, I was just growing a baby. So I was down in the market for a long, long time. Those of you that are out here and want to do your millionaire game in real estate, I have a whole bunch of strategies where you don't have to do what I did. But I can tell you, real estate was extraordinary. In 6 months, by June, my 34th birthday, I became a millionaire. You say, oh my gosh, like a 6-month millionaire. Not really. During my earlier years, I always made a lot of money. But what I wasn't doing is a big word that I really will teach you how to live by. It's called sequencing. Doing the right thing at the right time, depending on what you've done to yourself. So what I didn't know is how to use corporate structure and trust, how to use tax strategies, how to properly use and pay a team and put them on the team properly. There was a lot I didn't know, but I can tell you, by being with the proper mentor for 6 months, I put what I had in order, accelerated it completely, and became a millionaire. I can help you do the same thing. I will help you do the same thing. So real estate by far is my number 1 strategy. Now, I do like gas and oil. And you say, well, I'm really green. I get it. But let me tell you about gas and oil as an investment. It is the only investment that 25% of all earnings have to go to the Railroad Commission. So if you think the world and the government's going green, it would lose an enormous revenue stream. Most people don't know that. So back in the railroad days, right, when the railroad was being built, by the way, Hell on Wheels is a fun Netflix that actually kind of depicts how the railroad was built. If you actually understand the infrastructure financially behind the deals that got cut, that's when it all got made. So gas and oil was right behind the railroad and the steel rush and the Carnegie family and the Rockefeller family. It is a complete, it's fun. See, I love the history and I love how it came here. Gas and oil gets paid a large portion to the government. So, and it also is required, not in the vehicles. And for those of you that are green, let me tell you how much petroleum it takes to make a Tesla battery. So I'm into green, I do solar, I do a lot of other things, but I do a very holistic approach. But why I like gas and oil? Because of what the government, the Railroad Commission, what they get to take. What you get back as an investor in gas and oil is an 85 to 100% tax deduction against your highest income. So what does that mean? So I have very high income earners, executives at very known brand companies, very high level executives. I can't name them, but they get taxed a lot. So when they come to me, it's usually because they're overpaying taxes and they have no other strategy than being a high income earner. And I said, well, get a company and have that company invest in a variety of things. And that's the strategy. I don't tell them what to invest in. That's up to them. Tend to follow my lead and they'll find some real estate and they'll find some gas and oil. And gas and oil. So let's just say you made 100,000 and you were making 100,000 and you had 100,000 to put to work. If you put 100,000 into an investment, you would get about $85,000 back against your highest ordinary income. It's a big deal. So before you say no and you're all green about it, look at the tax strategies. If it's still not for you, there's lots of other things to do. So the third thing, right? Number one's real estate. Number two is gas and oil. The third thing I'd invest in is private lending. I love being a private lender. People need money all the time and you can take a first position. So what does that mean? So you wanted to buy an RV park, for example. I bought a laundromat this way, and I went to a private lender. So they gave me the money, $200,000, to buy the laundromat. And then I paid, instead of a bank, I paid a private lender. You can become a private lender with your money if you had $1 million. And I would not lend it for anything less than 10 or 12%. You can get 14, you can get 15. A lot of lenders have gone down to 9 because money is very, very available right now. But being a private lender is a great way to increase and make money. Now, before I give you number 3 and number 4, I do want you to subscribe to my channel. If you're enjoying this, I have a really large breadth of content, from how to teach your kids to how do you do generational wealth. So please subscribe and give me lots of thumbs up that you like this content. So number 4, I buy businesses. I love buying businesses. Now, some of them you want to buy and keep, right, if they're great cash flowers, but some of them you just might want to get in and buy them and flip them. That's what I love to do with service-based companies. I've bought a pizzeria, hair salon, I bought nail salons, little coffee shops. You get in, you fix them up, you sell them, resell them with the systems in place, and take your cash and get out. Those are nice valuations if you can get them to cash flow. And if you're out there listening and say, well, I don't know how to do any of this, then you need to lean in farther and get deeper into my community, because I have all sorts of experts who will teach you these strategies. I didn't know how to do any of this either. I've learned it all because I'm committed to learning how to be a millionaire, how to be a multimillionaire, how to invest, how to be a shark. Right now, this is the greatest economy to be a shark, like Shark Tank. And you say, well, how do I do it? Well, instead of having people come and pitch you things, you go out in your community and drive around. I can tell you there's probably not a business, especially the restaurants in towns or service-based companies, that don't need a private lender. So you might want to put some of these strategies together. Number 5 is you probably want to put some money in the market. Right, the S&P is doing well, but let's go to the next strategy. I have one way that I'm in the stock market, and it's through an app. I'm going to give you the link to the app. It's a free app, and it's a software. And it's a software called iFlip. And I am only in the market because of this software. So I'm not giving financial advice because you'll be buying a software. I'm going to give you a free app to get started, and you can start with as little as $50. Here's what this app is designed to do. And it's designed by a genius who was literally getting his PhD in math from Harvard at 16 years old. He's one of those guys. And he developed algorithms after he worked for the Deutsche Bank for years and years, managing billions of dollars. He said, why is it the little guy, meaning 100,000aires or millionaires, can't have the same strategies that the big financial institutes employ, which they're softwares that take the trades in and out of the market. So what he developed was a software, a variety of what we call smart profiles and portfolios, and you can pick one. You can pick 2, you can pick 10. He's now designing digital currency profiles where you can pick and be in a variety of digital currencies. The benefit is that it pulls you out of the market when the market gets volatile and drops. So for example, the big market drop of March 2020, I only lost 2.8%. On average, people that had that software, maybe, I heard the max was maybe 3 point something. The market average was 33%. So we have beat Robinhood. We have beat a lot of the other online apps and technologies because of our ability to pull you out of the market and take care of that million that you want to invest. So that is the way that I tell all my clients to invest in the market. I love that app. I love that software. And it's just so thorough. So you have to imagine, with all the choices I've given you, right? If you had to vote right now. Pick, what do you think my number 1's going to be? Drum roll. It's real estate. back to real estate. The thing is, I want you to do a variety of real estate. In the beginning, I do want you to isolate, become really good at small apartments. Like I love 4plexes, 6plexes, 12plexes. I love small. I do a few that are really, really large, but I like the more nimble projects. I really have moved away from single family. I think it's an okay way to start if you're in a blended return with other people. There's other stuff going on though. Real estate is so wide. Just got some RV parks. A lot of you, Airbnb, what you have. I have a client Airbnb-ing a boat. There's so many ways that you can get creative, and I can tell you that what's coming soon is small community colleges and a lot of real estate, like strip malls, as they vacate and big malls vacate and community colleges, guess what they're going to become? Assisted living facilities. So don't get on the back side of this run. Get on the front side. All right, stay subscribed. Listen to me every day. Make sure you have that notification on. And I'm going to keep coming back over and over and giving you just fun strategies and advocate for your financial literacy. What I want you to do now is I want you to click on that link below in the description for you to get a free iFlip app. Start it immediately. You can start as low as $50. Just put it in that software. The team will take over. The team's phenomenal customer service. They'll call you. They'll help you grow into a better account and a bigger account and use of the software, especially as digital currency comes out. It's super exciting. And if you want to apply to be a millionaire, there's a second link because my goal is to make you a millionaire, 3 to 5 years. It's not difficult in this economy.